guys, my name's Bridget and today is day 7 of the All Hallows Eve-A-Thon. Woo! We're almost at the end, so just keep pushing and reading a little bit more and then we'll be done. Today's challenge is Something Wicked This Way Comes. Choose 5 books that you think, if you were like a demon, would be best to summon you into a pentagram. So place your bets below before watching which ones I chose. I'm sure it's a real mystery because I've never talked about my favorite books on this channel before. Now that you've all put in your guesses, here we go. Book number 1, any of the Percy Jackson books. I'm currently rereading Mark of Athena, which is why this is the one I chose to hold up. I have like 20 pages left. Ah! I'm ready to cry. I've cried already reading this. And it's just so emotional knowing everything that happens after this. It's been a while. I don't think I've reread this since I read it the first time back in 2013, and there were things I forgot, and just like, there's so many great moments in this, and it warms my heart and also just makes me want to cry. Back to the topic at hand though, I just love Percy Jackson. It's been such a big part of my life for 11 years now. Rick has just done such a great job of incorporating Greek mythology into like the modern day storyline. Percy Jackson is like my favorite character of all time. I love all of them so much, so this would obviously be one of the ones that you would use to summon me. Book number 2 is Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling sucks, but this book has held a special place in my heart for like 12 years now. And I made my whole Ravenclaw Rules web series and everything, so that element of it, like, it's always gonna have that like special place in my heart because I did love it so much for so long. So I think with that, it'll be incorporated into this pentagram. We're just gonna pretend like J.K. Rowling doesn't exist, okay? Book number 3 that you would use to summon me into a pentagram is Umbrella Academy. It doesn't have to be this one, it could be any of them, but after loving the show so much, it's on Netflix, there's the first 2 seasons that are out. I hope it gets renewed for a 3rd season. I don't think it has been yet. I read the comics after I watched the show, and I just love the show so much. It's such a different take on superheroes, and I think it's so cool. It's such a well done production, and reading the comics just made me appreciate it even more. So I think you could definitely summon me with this as well. In a similar vein, you could also summon me using Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is another hot take on superheroes. It plays around with a lot of the stereotypes and everything, and I've just never read like a really cool YA superhero novel that did something new with it. It kind of reminded me of like Sky High, but not. It's about this girl Nova, and she is a supervillain, and she tries to get into the superhero academy so that she can take them down from the inside. But along the way, she like grows fond of the guy who's in her team, except he's the son of her arch enemies. And it's just so good, and it's so well done, and I loved every second of this trilogy. It's definitely one of my favorite things I've ever read, and it's just amazing. Now the final book, can any of us guess what it is? If you've looked at my Goodreads history over the past year and like a little bit, I think you'd be able to guess which one it is just based on the number of times I've read it. That's Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey Mcquiston. I've read this book 4 times over the past year. That's a lot. I don't usually reread books, especially not that quickly. Like, I'm rereading Percy Jackson now, but that's taken me like over like 7 years to reread, so it's a long time coming. With this, I read it last year and I immediately loved it. It has the secret relationship trope, which I love so much. The relationship between Prince Henry and Alex is just so cute and adorable, and like, I love every second of it. Their banter gives me life. Their letters just fill my heart with like joy. And like, it starts out with like them not liking each other and everything, because of course it does. And it's so good, and I love it so much. So I read it last year. I decided I would reread it this year during Pride Month because I just wanted to read some like cute stuff. And then I read it and I was just like, it was so good a second time. And then my audiobook came in from the library and I was like, well, I might as well listen to the audiobook. So I did, and then like 2 days later the audiobook was due, but I was like, I could just listen to it one more time for fun, you know? I still have it for like a day. Why not? And then I just got super invested in listening to it again. I did read a book in between, don't worry, I didn't like just finish and then start it over immediately, but I did read it very quickly. I'm also planning on rereading it again in November just because my friend read it and she left notes in it, and so I want to see what her thoughts were on it. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, so obviously this had to be included in like what you would use to summon me in a pentagram, because it just impacted me so much. It was so good from the first second I read it. Like I could not put it down. Like every time I pick it up, I pretty much read it in one sitting, and that is very rare for me, especially now. I mean, like not now, because like this year I've read way too many books to count. It's over 150 now, not to flex. Last year I only read like 30 books, which was about on average for me personally. And this book just hooked me in from the beginning. So those are 5 books you could use to summon me into a pentagram. Let me know down in the comments 5 books to use to summon you into a pentagram. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be up sometime soon. I want to do some cool new Percy Jackson videos that I have been planning for a while and I just haven't gotten to. And now that school is almost over, I have the time to spend on those and to really dedicate my time to it. So I'm excited about that. Don't forget to join us for our Halloween party tomorrow night on Magical Molly's channel at 10 p.m. Everyone will be dressed up and it'll be a really fun time. There'll be fun games and like trivia and stuff. So please join us there. I hope you had a great time this week reading a bunch and doing some challenges. And I hope I'll see you guys in the future. Please subscribe and like this video to let me know that you're here. And I will see you guys then. Okay, bye!